Banks are back in the spotlight this evening after the Reserve Bank made the historic move of cutting interest rates to a new all-time low. Nine's finance editor Ross Greenwood joins me live. Ross, some banks have decided not to fully pass on the cut to homeowners. Which banks have held back?
Yeah, well, it's very true, and within minutes of that decision by the Reserve Bank today, it was the ANZ that came out and said it would only pass on 0.18% of the $0.25% rate cut from the Reserve Bank today. What this means for a person with a $500,000 mortgage is that rather than getting a saving of some $73 a month, their saving will be just $53 a month. In other words, the ANZ Bank effectively from that family is keeping $240 a year. Other banks, well, they jumped in, including the Commonwealth Bank, which said it would fully pass on the rate cut, as did the National Australia Bank. And I can tell you, as I've been standing here, I've just got a message that Westpac will only pass on 0.2% of that $0.25% rate cut. Other lenders, including the RACQ, also said that they would cut it in full. But remember, this comes after a Royal Commission where it was expected the banks would do anything to keep their customers happy. 34 months ago, the Rio Olympic Games kicked off. Malcolm Turnbull had just won an election, and the iPhone 6 was the current model. It was also the last time the Reserve Bank moved interest rates. But the fight, 3 years on, is just the same. Banks not passing interest rate cuts on in full.
Well, I think the ANZ has let down its customers. This is deeply disappointing.
Or passing them on too slowly.
Last time the RBA cut rates, the big banks took up to 17 days to pass the rate cut on.
After the longest stretch on record without a rate move, the Reserve Bank gave in to pressure of low wages, weak inflation and falling house prices. It cut rates from the already record low of 1.5% to an unprecedented 1.25%.
If the Liberals were doing such a good job managing the economy, the Reserve Bank wouldn't have needed to cut rates today.
Philip Lowe took up his job as RBA Governor a month after rates were last cut. For almost 3 years, he's not fired a rate cut at the economy. Today, he said the rate cut will assist with faster progress in reducing unemployment and achieve more assured progress towards the inflation target. But interest rate moves are like buses. They rarely arrive alone.
We are expecting 2 more rate cuts this year in order to help make further progress in reducing the unemployment rate.
Though it cut rates, remember the Reserve Bank has not raised rates since November 2010. That's 8.5 years ago. It was the same month that Qantas Flight 32, the Airbus A380, suffered a catastrophic engine failure, yet it still returned safely to Singapore. The RBA will hope today's rate cut creates a similar safe landing. Ross Greenwood, 9 News.